I know groceries are expensive. I know everyone's tired. I know we were promised that things were gonna be easier and cheaper by now. They're not. It's hard out there. I see your guys' comments. I know a lot of us are stretched thin at the moment, financially, emotionally. Times are crazy.
Help! Help! My leg!
So I thought I would challenge myself to see if I can keep myself fed and nutritionally balanced on a budget. $50. Before we get into it, I want to clarify a couple things. I didn't buy like every single thing brand new. I priced out things like salt, pepper, olive oil. I'm not gonna buy a whole thing of olive oil if I'm just gonna use a few tablespoons. That'll wipe out our entire budget, and I'm making the assumption that you might have some form of oil in your home as is. As we go through the recipes, a literal week of recipes, yes, 7 days, that means we're gonna repeat some things. That means we're gonna make big batches of things. It's the only way it might be possible. I tried to diversify this up so there's still some variety, but $50 doesn't get you very far these days. So I'm making sure that things we do eat are delicious so you don't mind eating them a few times. Oh, wow. Organic's gonna cost more, and then I'll leave it up to you whether you decide to buy organic or not. Things might cost a little more or a little less depending on where you live and where you shop. I'm gonna show you the things I'm gonna make in bulk that we're gonna mix and match throughout the week. Once I've done that, I'm gonna show you how this all pans out for a full week of food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. First thing we're gonna make is our lentil soup. Chop up some of our produce that we're using here. I'm gonna use a lot of these carrots because I don't like carrots. I love carrots in soups. And I just know that these will be creepy little demon carrot fingers in no time in my fridge if I don't use them. Garlic. Lentils give you plant-based fiber, complex carbs. They're rich in probiotic fiber, which is good for your gut. Lentils are also high in potassium and magnesium. They've got a lot of iron, folate, zinc. They are one of the cheapest sources of vegan protein that you can get out there in the market. It's just like an accidental miracle meal that doesn't take long to make. It's pretty simple, doesn't require a lot, and you can build it up or build it down as much as you want. Always buy in bulk when you can, when it makes sense. Oh, my trash can just opened on its own. Those of you following the ghost theory. And instead of using vegetable broth, we're gonna just use water that I'm heated up in my electric kettle here, and we're gonna use a bouillon cube. I'm actually gonna use 2 bouillon cubes. That's a little budgeting tip. Bouillon cubes and water instead of vegetable broth is usually gonna be cheaper. Or you can do 50-50 water and vegetable broth, or salt it, whatever you wanna do. Those are a couple budget tips for you, from me to you. Trash open again. And we're just gonna let this simmer. We're gonna bring it to a boil, then we're gonna lower it to a simmer for like 25-30 minutes. Now there's an option for a texture preference to transfer half of the soup over to the blender. I like to do that. Keep half of it intact and blend the other half of it up. It just makes a nice texture. Or if you have an immersion blender, you can just use that. My blender is stained. It's stained from turmeric that I used for a recipe. A cool way you can remove the stain is just leaving it out in the sun, because the UV rays from the sun will break down the pigment. How cool is that? Then we're gonna quickly chop up some kale.
Doesn't get any easier to chop anything than this kale. You just stack it. I even keep the ribs in there. I don't really mind it.
Kale is excellent too because not only does it last in the fridge, it lasts in your soup. The integrity of it, the structure of it, won't wilt and get withered and slimy like a spinach or something softer. It'll hold the front line for you in the soup all week long. Parsley also falls in that category if you store it properly, which is in some water in the fridge. This has been in my fridge for almost 2 weeks. Your greens don't need to be going bad all the time. I'm gonna add red pepper flakes to this because I am a spicy gal. I like things hot. And it's cold and flu season, so I had to clear these sinuses out. And then I like to give a good healthy squeeze of lemon juice in there, and that's gonna work with the lentils to help your body absorb the iron from the lentils, lemon juice and lentils. It's a good combo. Also, just the acidity is delicious in the soup, so you should do it anyway. And obviously salt and pepper to taste, but that's it. That's it, people. Doesn't take long, under an hour. And now we've got like 7 to 8 servings of lentil soup. I also like to add nutritional yeast to my lentil soup, but if we're cutting costs, I understand. But if you wanna add it in there, it can be really good. Or you can roast garlic instead, and you can add roasted garlic in your lentil soup. That's just an immediate flavor blast to anything, and that doesn't cost any extra.
This is what I'm talking about. See, this is the everything's gonna be okay lentil soup. Every single spoonful of it is like promising you fiber, protein, health, goodness, hope, and humanity. It's a perfect soup, and it's Less expensive than the latte I get. If you want to treat yourself, toss some vegan cheese, make a little vegan grilled cheese. You can dip it in this too if you want to change it up. And the nice thing about these is they only get better with time. Like the longer you let them sit, the more flavorful they get. You will not get tired of eating this. I can promise you that. Of course, you can always boost the protein count if you want to add some nutritional yeast, tofu. Now we're gonna make our chickpea curry. I'm gonna make about a cup of rice right at the top of the week so then I can use it however I want.
Don't let it be steamy when you put it in the fridge. We're going to be making a chickpea curry. We're gonna have this with a side of rice, which we already made. And that just kind of stretches the meal out, fills you up more, obviously, plus rice and curry, hello. Chickpeas are a great low cost protein source. They also have a good amount of fiber. The coconut milk in this is gonna add richness. Now to cut cost on coconut milk, you could either exchange for a different kind of milk, like a soy milk or something, to get the creaminess and some protein. Or you can do half coconut milk, half water, if you want to reduce the amount, reduce the cost. This is also using coconut oil. However, if you want to omit the coconut oil, you can cut costs there too by using a neutral oil instead. I just need to pause for a second because despite what you may think, I'm not a perfect person. I overestimated the capacity of this pan when I started making this, and I ended up having to dump it into another pan because it was getting crazy. Simply by cutting the coconut oil in half and diluting with water, you'll save probably roughly around $1. Granted, you use the coconut milk for something else. Another option is to replace a fresh lime with bottled lime juice if you want to cut costs there. Just like the others, this is really quick and easy to do, and it doesn't require a lot of dishes as well, which we love. And you can double this recipe or triple it, whatever you want to do. I don't know how big your pan is. You can also boost the protein if you want to add soy milk in there in addition to the coconut milk. You could cushion with some tofu, or if you wanted to add nutritional yeast in there to boost the protein, you can do that. So you've got options. It's very beginner friendly, really can't complain. Budget friendly, beginner friendly, quick, easy, delicious. Need I say more?
Okay, this chickpea curry is like borderline perfect, I have to say. It's so filling, so savory. With the rice, you will be full for hours. Inexpensive, nutrient dense, and a nice switch up from our other two. I absolutely love it. Oh my God. Yum. Also, this makes so much. You will be fed, okay? Oh my God. I cannot stop eating this. It's so good. It's so delicious. Don't forget to squeeze lime juice over it at the end. That acidity really adds a nice balance. Oh man, that's heaven. We're gonna make our final main meal prep meal, and then we're gonna make 2 in-between meals. For our third and final main meal prep entree, we're gonna make the minestrone soup. It's a combo of beans and pasta, which means it's gonna have a high satiety. I don't know how to say that word. It's gonna keep you full for a while. So with that, let's get into chopping, shall we? It's also extremely flexible. You can kind of toss whatever vegetables you want in this soup. You can kind of just mix and match whatever vegetables happen to be on sale or are in season that time of year. You know, you can swap in zucchini, potatoes, whatever you want. It's gonna make you feel like things are all right. It's great to share. Add some bread. I've been known to dip a quesadilla or 2 in it. Now, if you want to make this even cheaper, switch out fresh vegetables for frozen. And then, of course, using dried beans instead of canned beans is going to be cheaper. Using dried herbs instead of fresh herbs is going to cut costs. So, you know, you can give or take however you want, wherever you want to make this more or less expensive, and it'll still taste great. One thing that brings me joy about minestrone soup is the use of small pasta. I just think they're adorable. They're so cute. I want to name every single one of them and send them off to school with a little backpack. I'm not going to do that, but you should know I want to. Life's simple pleasures. I know traditionally you use white beans and I use black beans. I thought I bought white beans, but I didn't. But you can do whatever you want. I would probably add nutritional yeast and some vegan Parmesan on top, but if we're going for budget, this makes a lot. It makes a lot. Also extremely healthy. Tastes like heaven and will hug you from the inside out. This hits the spot and it's delicious and it makes so much food, and I'm telling you, it just gets better sitting in the fridge. It's a grower and a shower. Quick pause while we thank the sponsor of today's video, CyberGhost VPN. CyberGhost VPN has over 38 million users worldwide. It encrypts your internet traffic so your activity stays private, because between you and me, incognito mode doesn't really do that. It works on all of my devices, and it even protects up to 7 devices at once. But the part that I love the most is streaming access. I am a huge film nerd, so with just a click, I can change my virtual location,
and unlock libraries from over 40 streaming services, including Netflix and Amazon Prime. So I can watch films and TV shows that aren't available where I live. And this way, I don't have to be constrained by my physical location. Very sneaky, right? Speaking of which, due to the nature of my jobs, I'm constantly working from cafes, airports, public places, which means I'm usually on public Wi-Fi. CyberGhost VPN gives an extra security blanket to know that your information and activity is private. Right now, if you use the link in my description, you can get 84% off, plus 4 months free, which comes out to about $2 per month. And there's a 45-day money-back guarantee, so it's risk-free. Thanks for sponsoring CyberGhost VPN. Now let's get back to the video. The in-between meals are for those of you out there who are like, I don't want to eat the same thing every day. I see you, I hear you, I feel you, so that you get a little bit of variety in your life. I understand, you're only human. One of the in-between meals is gonna be silken tofu with some soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, some green onion, and some chili oil. But this is like one of the easiest meals you can make for yourself. It's just a packet of silken tofu, and then you just add everything on top of it. It's as easy as that. Good protein, delicious, with the rice, quite filling. A couple ways you can cut costs with this. You can make your own chili oil, which is just a neutral oil, chili peppers, garlic. If you prefer to, you can use some of your lentils and have that on the side. That's also an option. This is so easy, there's nothing to complain about. It's just the easiest thing. It's delicious. It's like refreshing. Have it with a little bit of rice. I love it. I love it. I love it.
5 minutes later.
I seriously just ate that whole thing. Simple and delicious. Then for our other in-between meal, this is pretty basic, but again, we're working with what we have here. It's gonna be basically just a rice bowl with the frozen vegetables that are a lot cheaper. And I'm just gonna saute those up with some sesame oil and some soy sauce. And then I'll top the whole thing with green onion. I'll cube up a little bit of tofu to add some protein and toss that in the saute as well. This will make enough for 2 meals, basically. We're gonna make it all at once, so you don't have to make it twice, and you can have that twice throughout the week for the days that you're like, ugh, I don't feel like eating delicious lentil soup, or hug me minestrone soup, you spoiled brat. For those days, now you've got some in-betweeners to change it up a little bit. I get it. I totally get it. We're working on a budget here, people. We're working on the bare minimum that we can. You can add and subtract wherever, whenever you want, okay? For the tofu, I just dressed it with soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, and some sriracha. And then you can salt and pepper this to taste, but we're not reinventing the wheel here, people. But we are getting good protein, some well-rounded nutrition here. So I'm happy with this. Dress it up, dress it down, give it a top hat and a monocle, do whatever you want. I love it. Easy peasy. And a nice switcheroo from what we've been eating. Simple things in life, man. Simple things. All 3 of these breakfasts use the same ingredients. They give you totally different experiences. There's one you can drink. There's a more mushy one. And then you've got the nice crunch from the toast. So even though you're using the same stuff, you're getting 3 different experiences. But it's a tricky way to keep things fresh, but using the same ingredients. And when we're budgeting, that's the name of the game here. How can I make my ingredients go further for me, but give me new experiences? So first off, we're gonna do the banana and peanut butter toast. All right, we got our toast here. Oh, wow. I think they heard that crunch back in Massachusetts. Nothing particularly special about it, but it's simple and delicious. The crunch from the toast, the creaminess and the crunch in the peanut butter, and then you get a nice creaminess from the banana. The cinnamon and the salt really elevate this. This is actually something I like to have before like going to the gym. Good carbs, healthy fats, yum. Then if you want to add your frozen blueberry, I just lost a soldier. So good. It's great either way. It's great with the blueberries, without. You can add, subtract, you could add apple slices. You can put whatever you want on here, but it's very healthy, very simple, very quick, easy, cheap. Coming in at around 58 cents per serving for 2 pieces of toast. That's pretty darn good. So that's breakfast number 1 option. Next up, we have our breakfast smoothie. All right, smoothie. We're looking at around 13 to 15 grams protein. This is without any protein powder. We got some great fiber from the rolled oats, and the smoothie comes in at around $1.12. So anyway, the oats being in there will help keep you full, so this feels more like a full meal. You're getting some good carbs in there as well. You're not just drinking liquid. But yeah, it's a green smoothie. Blueberries, good for your brain. Bananas, delicious and sweet. Soy milk for protein. Thumbs up. It's really good. It's really good. And again, if I can drink my salads, I will. If you're using kale, you definitely want a high-powered blender for this because otherwise it's gonna be chunky. You're gonna have little kale remnants left in your teeth and you're gonna look like a swamp thing. Otherwise, you could use spinach instead. That's easier to blend. Mobile, you can take it on the go. And finally, we've got our delicious oatmeal. This is a lot of food, okay? This is gonna keep you full for sure. This was only a half a cup of oats and it makes a giant bowl. Yum. And you're looking at a solid 18 grams of protein for that one because we're using so much soy milk and the oats and peanut butter. The mashed banana adds the sweetness. The salt is a must, definitely salt it. That is so delicious. Okay, so here's the menu for the week. Yes, things are gonna repeat because that's just the way it has to be, okay? Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe. This was my first attempt at doing a budgeted out meal plan, recipe challenge, whatever you wanna call it. And I'm certain that I didn't do it perfectly. Please tell me what you did like about this, what you'd like me to do differently. If you want just a set grocery list, including pantry items, that's gonna limit us a lot, but I can try. I could even change the budget amount. So I hope you were inspired. Let me know which one you're gonna make first. Don't do the math. You can if you want, but be nice because I really tried, guys. I really tried. I'm an art person. I'm not a math person, but I did my best and I will catch you on the next one. So long. Thank you for forgiving my multiple outfit changes. It's hot, then it's cold, then it's hot again. LA in the winter, am I right? Simple pleasures. I have the feeling of a ransom video. Oh no, you don't. I almost got stuck on this.